Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget the Magna Carta came out July 4th. And Jay-Z dropped that for a reason. So if you got time today, go listen to the Magna Carta and think outside the box when you're listening to it. It's going to make a whole lot more sense to you. All right, moving forward. What fighter is going to take the initiative and desire a Juneteenth fight? What fighter is going to take the initiative and say, we need some representation of our heritage in the sport of boxing? You know, Michael Conlan comes out of the fucking Olympics and gets, what's that? St. Patrick's Day, less than 5 fights into his career. Gets a hometown fight, less than 10 fights in his career. Cinco de Mayo, you know, is a staple in America in terms of fights. I book my hotel, well, I used to, forgive me for saying, I used to book my hotel as soon as I got back from Cinco de Mayo. I would book it for the next year. As soon as I got back from the fight in September, I would book it for next year and pay $59 a night as opposed to waiting and paying the $200, $300 a night. And I did that for years when I was writing for the newspaper. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's just essential that we put our heritage in boxing. I think it's essential that all these talented fighters, they demand that they put the black heritage back in boxing. They demand they get black representation in terms of PR, because at the end of the day, I'm going to say it again, Denzel Washington said it best. Thank you to the Body Snatcher. He sent this to me yesterday. He said it best. You guys just see color, but it's culture. Only a black man or a black woman can tell you what it's like to eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Only a black man can tell you what it's like living around the corner from Florence and Hoover. Only a black person can tell you what the smell of burnt hair is Sunday morning getting ready for church. Only, it's just our culture. You understand? And I genuinely believe I'm not discrediting them because they are great at what they do and what they represent. In addition to that, y'all need black representation. Y'all need black PR people. Y'all need to go into Brooklyn and understand what's going on this week. Y'all need to go, like for instance, Deontay Wilder fight. Y'all need to go into Brooklyn, whoever is representing Wilder, and know that Malcolm X's birthday is that Sunday. You're fighting in the black market. You could at least say his name at the press conference, the weigh-in, pay homage, pay respect. You got 2 of the top 10 black fighters on the card. You got Gary Russell. You got Deontay Wilder. Last year, I went to Texas 2 years ago, whenever that Errol Spence fight was. Right? He fought June 16th. Juneteenth originated in Texas. Why couldn't we combine Juneteenth and Errol Spence fight? You understand what I'm saying? Like, these are things that we're missing. Last year, May 19th, Gary Russell's father, who actually has the same birthday as Malcolm X, fought on Malcolm X's birthday. I brought it up in a question. I was like, you know, you're fighting on Malcolm X's birthday. He says it's actually my dad's birthday as well. You know, like these are things that we can't miss. You understand? Like, these are literally things that we can't miss. I remember there was a handful of fights. Promotion companies always try to do fights around 3-day weekends, and they have Martin Luther King in January. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, Top Rank used to do cards on because it's 3-day weekend in Vegas, and it was really no acknowledgement. It was just more like it's a 3-day weekend. You know what I mean? What fighter is gonna take the initiative? It don't have to be an A-level fighter or B-level fighter. You gotta stand. We gotta stand up. And I'm sending a challenge out. I want to represent you. I have finances that can support your mission. I I don't say this as an empty vessel. I say this as a man that will stand behind. I don't have to be in the forefront. You know what I mean? I don't have to take the credit. You can have all of the credit. But what fighter is going to take the initiative and say, we need black heritage in boxing? We don't have to fight Mexicans to be great. We don't have to fight Puerto Ricans to be great. Listen, if we just fight each other, boxing would be at the apex of what it is. Okay, let's go through the divisions. 140. Hooker Prograis is the best fight at 140, right? 147. Terrence Crawford versus Earl Spence. 154. What's the best fight at 154 right now? J-Rock and Charlo. J-Rock and whoever. Let's go up to 160. What's the best fight at 160? Well, you got a Mexican there. You got Charlo and Canelo. 168. What's the best fight there? Well, you got Caleb Plant and Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. So the point I'm making is this. All we need is each other to drive each other, without excluding everyone else. But we have to take value in valuing us. You know, and I'm not going to make this a just black campaign because it scares off everything else. I just want us to understand our value as black in this business and in this game. Understand it, value it, love it, because if you don't, you're always going to be fighting a Mexican on Cinco de Mayo. You're always going to be fighting a Mexican on Mexican Independence Day. And you're always going to be the B-side. Once you lose, your career is boop, 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 right? Oh, Canelo's gotten so much better. Canelo's gotten so much better since Floyd Mayweather. Man, he's the best fighter in the world. See the difference? Ricky Hatton gets iced against Floyd Mayweather. Comes back, gets another 8-figure payday against Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he got iced. It was proven that he wasn't as good as they thought he was. Right? Ricky Hatton's happy. And gained 50 pounds living his best life, right? Right? How many fighters have retired? Think about this. I'm going to make a separate video on this. How many fighters have retired off the back of Floyd Mayweather? Robert Guerrero probably has a lot of Floyd Mayweather money left. You know, he lives in Gilroy. Seemed like a pretty conservative guy. I don't know. I'm just speculating. This is just speculatory information right now. We know about, I can't think of his name right now. He rematched him twice. Was from Argentina? You know, Chico Maidana. How many paychecks did Cotto get after Floyd? Canelo. You know, I mean, the list goes on, man. And I just want a fighter, man, to be as proud as being a black man as I am, man. Like, I mean, I know it. I know we can say it, and there's a lot of black men in terms of culture. We're proud to be black, but who's gonna be proud to be a black man from a business perspective? Who's gonna be proud to be a black man from a business perspective? Who's gonna be a proud black man to drive the finance? See, Floyd did it, but he didn't do it with the culture behind him. He did it with just from a business acumen, and nothing he did was wrong. Right? But now we got to elevate. His goal was to take the Mexican holiday. My goal is to have a black holiday in boxing. Floyd could have done it. But when you grow up in boxing and you're second fiddle to a Mexican and a white man doesn't represent you, you have that in your heart. So I can understand where Floyd is coming from. I'm going to take their holiday, take their money, and there's nothing you can say or do about it. So I understand the pride that he had in doing what he did. Now, this culture, it's time. Juneteenth, Malcolm X's birthday, my birthday. The list goes on and on and on. You know what I mean? Like, Martin Luther King is easy to do because it's a 3-day holiday. Juneteenth would be spectacular because it brings out Kwanzaa would be a great because we always have big fights the first 2 weeks in December. Somebody's fighting a big fight in December. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's imperative. See, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. You guys see the goosebumps form. I'm gonna keep it real. I never overvalued my culture until I started having kids. I took it for granted a lot, but now that I have kids, oh, you have no idea the pride I take. The pride I take in teaching them as much about both sides of their culture, the Asian culture and the black culture. I take pride in that. I take pride in sitting down reading books with my son and my daughter. I take pride in teaching Dre about Juneteenth. You know what I mean? I take pride. I do, man. And I take pride in learning about the Asian culture. As you get older and you have kids, it just organically goes into you. I don't know, but I know prior to me having kids, I was pretty passive. I'll admit I was passive. Or I should say, passive is the wrong word. I was not as focused. Because passive mean I was like, I never was that dude. I never was the dude. I was like, oh, this is Martin Luther King now. I'm just saying, I was not as stern, as ISO focused as I was with kids as I was without kids. And I think it's just essential. I think it's imperative because you got to stand for something. I don't understand black men. I've only been a black man, so I can't speak on a black woman, Asian woman, none of that shit. I can't understand a black man believing that he's going to have equal opportunity in this country as a black man in this totality, not on the individual basis, that they're going to view you as their equal. I don't get that to save my fucking life. That bothers me. That bothers me when I hear a black man speaking about being fair and balanced. Oh, equality. Get your equity up, nigga. Get your equity up in your kids, in your property, in your intellect. Get your equity up so you have value. Stop fighting for equality, you stupid fucks. Get your equity up. Own your property. Own your house. Own your car. Own your mind. Own your time. Own your life. Love your kids. Stop fighting for equality. Stop fucking fighting for equality. That's the con job. Oh, they want you to be equal to a black man. Equal to a white man. It's gonna keep you docile and tame. Stupid fucks. Get your equity up. Damn. All right. They want all these. Listen. Let me explain something to y'all. Women want equal paying rights, right? You're not a woman if you're fucking fighting for equal rights. You're a fucking woman. You have estrogen. Take pride in nurturing the kids. Yes, we want. Fight for equity. Fight for equity. Buy all the stocks in the company. Stop hustling for a fucking hourly wage. It's fucking amazing how they convinced us to think like this. It's so fucking amazing to me that they have convinced you to say, oh, I want $15. I'm going to fight to get this $2 raise. No, nigga. Buy stock. Own it. Get your equity up. Stop with the bullshit. I had to learn the hard way. I fucking got laid off at 27. Multiple award-winning educator. The fucking mayor of DeWarty came in my classroom and said, you are amazing. We are going to honor you in front of the city. I need to go get that footage from DeWarty so I can show y'all niggas how great I was as an educator. And I'm not bragging or boasting, but I'm telling y'all to prove a point. I was fucking making about 42, 43, I don't know, somewhere $47,000 in the pre-prime of my teaching career. They gave me a fucking pink slip. I was fighting for equality. No, you know what they told me? I didn't know what it was at the time, but fuck it. I'm gonna get my equity up. I'm gonna own this shit. I'm gonna own what I touch. Stop this bullshit. Equality. Nigga, you can't be equal when you're fucking 400 years behind. Stop the bullshit. Mexicans, you can't be fucking equal when they stole your fucking land for crackers and cheese, you stupid fucks. Get your equity up. This is some bullshit, y'all. This is some bullshit that we've been bamboozled to fucking believe. Own your time. Own your space. Own your land. Own your mind. Maybe I'm all riled up because it's the 4th of July and shit. You know what I mean? And honestly, as a 41-year-old man, I love celebrating with my fam. I'm not extracting that because my family's off. As a whole, we get this day off and we get to celebrate. But silently, I see the big picture. I'm not going to make this conversation about when I'm rude with my family, I'm hanging out with my family, doing what I do. I don't want to make this time about what my mind thinks about the 4th of July. All right, so I keep it to myself. If you ask me, I'll tell you, but I fight this. I'm not going to fight this battle on the 4th of July. Because what? Nigga, we eating. We having a great time. Mac and cheese and red meat. All right? That's what we on today. And it's about fellowship, right? I understand that. But, man, own your fucking time. Stop fighting for equality when you're fucking 400 years behind. Over 400 years behind. Stop fighting for equality. Fight for equity. Man, I wish... Oh, man. So I'm telling y'all fighters, fight for equity. No, we ain't got time to fight for equality. You don't want to be equal to them devils. All right? You don't want to be their equal. The fuck you fighting? Why are you... This white man is just walking on to the right of me, right? Physically, he's not my equal. That nigga ain't my equal. I'm at the charging station. Look at this nigga. This nigga ain't my equal. I am physically superior than this motherfucker. I run faster. I look better. Man, come on, man. All right. They're not our equal. Let's get our equity up. And together we gonna co-join in hands and take over. And we gonna have a Juneteenth holiday in boxing. All right. We gonna have a Martin Luther King weekend in boxing. All right. Martin Luther King is easier to do because you get 3 days. More people will be more inclined to spend money. If we have to start there, we have to start there. But I need that to be the forefront. We need to celebrate black excellence in boxing. Okay? Fuck President's Day. And I didn't name my kids after a fucking president, alright? Y'all niggas always asking me that bullshit. No, I fucking didn't. I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all. I would never name my kids after a white person. Period. Alright? So at the end of the day, you know what the other option for my kids were? I should have Dre tell y'all. She'll spontaneously be around one day when I do my videos. Cassius Alcindor was gonna be my son's. I'm not having a third child, but Cassius Alcindor, or Alcindor Cassius. I think it was gonna be Cassius Alcindor. Would have been my. That's what I wanted my child's name to be, but you know, she didn't like it. So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. I've said enough, man. But fight for equity, y'all. Fight for equity. Own a space. Listen, because at the end of the day, we fucking allow Major League Baseball to manipulate and massage Jackie Robinson into their holiday. Right? We should have did it ourselves. That's why Malcolm X is not a holiday, because he didn't compromise. You know what I mean? He became more inclusive as he got older, and he had some transformations. You understand? We all know as he got older, before he died, the last couple of years, he became more inclusive because he started seeing the bigger picture. But prior to that, but he was still that man. Prior to that, he, you know, wasn't as inclusive. I'll say this. Get your equity up. All right? Get your equity up. Get your equity up. Stop being satisfied with a six-figure check and not owning a promotional company. Why the fuck would you have another promotional company promoting you and you making $20 million? Nigga, pay 4 people 25. Pay 4 people $50,000 a year to fucking market you if you making 10, 15, $20 million a year. That understand you, that have your vision, that can expand beyond your own comprehension, that may have a college degree. The nigga may, or the nigga may be an ex-gang member that got the streets on lock. He may know Jay Prince. The nigga may know all the niggas from 60s Crip. The niggas may know all the 5%ers. And then you get that beautiful woman who can walk in the room and put those two minds together and sit that shit in front of a motherfucking white man and say, pay me what we weigh, motherfucker. All right? That's what we do. That's the mindset we gotta have. All right. I walked away from fucking 4 white men in the room. They couldn't fucking understand. They offered me a 6-figure deal, and I said, "Fuck you." Warner Brothers offered me fucking, oh my god, millions of dollars. Let's say its totality would have been millions of dollars. I would have had deadlines and all that shit, but they were trying to steal from me, and I haven't made that money from a directorial, from a filmmaker perspective. I haven't even come close to making that money that they offered me. I haven't come closer. I'm being real. But I know. But I know I can hustle my way and pay my mortgage. I know I can hustle my way and pay my car notes. I know I can hustle my way and put food in Lincoln and Kennedy's mouth and make sure they have diapers. I know I can provide, let's say, the bare minimum. I know I can hustle my way and get the bare minimum. I know that. And when they presented that shit to me, I was like, nah, I'd rather bet on myself. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the mindset we gotta have. We gotta have equity in this game. Equity. You know how niggas take pride? Like today. Niggas gonna ride, well, they used to. I'm not sure if they do it. They're gonna ride up and down the boulevard in a clean car, fresh paint. You know what I mean? Bumping what they bump. You know what I mean? Whether it's a 6-4 or a motherfucking Bentley, whatever you like. But today is the day. It's no traffic. All the women wearing sundresses, manicured toes, thighs gonna be out. This is the day. They wearing white. They gonna look good. They feeling festive. They got drinks in their coffee cup. Today is the day to do that shit, right? That's the pride we gotta have in fucking our equity. That pride that we have in our fucking car. The pride that we have and that confidence that we have when we talking to that 5'3", 147-pound. Yes, that's the pride and the confidence we gotta have. You understand what I'm saying? So I love y'all. This is my 4th of July speech to y'all, man. I love y'all. And I'm actually listening to the Magna Carta. Look, so y'all know. Maybe it was a Magna Carta because, you know, Jay-Z is like my pastor. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know that by now. I fucking love Jay-Z, man. And I'm biased because I'm from New York, and I try and keep that alive in my spirit, the New York way, even though I'm so far removed. You know what I mean? So anyways, man, barbershop conversation. I fucking love y'all. Who's gonna be the first fighter? Who's gonna be the first fighter? Stop fighting for equality. Get your equity up. Own where you live. Own where you play. Own where you work. Own where you think. All right? Stop letting these promoters tell you what to do and where to do it and how to do it and why should you do it. You are in control of who, what, where, when, why, and how in your motherfucking life. I'm gone. Peace.